Here we are now for the first match. Well, first map, I should actually say, for Moon Racoons versus OREsports. The winner is obviously now the winners quarterfinals. And looks like it's going to be a very normal composition right now. Breach is very interesting for OREsports. The Jonas 6 is that. And a Neon comp as well for Moon Racoons. His tech will be running that. And that is it's kind of just fine and dandy. Obviously, you can use obviously Killjoy or Cypher on this map. It really depends. But obviously, it does look like that Moon Racoons will be going with the Cypher. Well, OREsports, or I should say OREsports, would be going with the KJ thanks to Nilly. Will be now the attacking round for OREsports and the defending round for Moon Racoons. Flash already coming out, and the concuss as well. Grenades also out from Zeldris. As already Moon Racoons like two of the players of Moon Racoons already pushed out. Venture actually getting one to Zeldris. Have a Lyra coming back with two. ZK showing it down, killing Nilly. And now it's a 3v3. Deciding what to do. Icy is actually going to come from behind. Spike's still over at A. Three people still at A. Pure's currently watching it. Pure Venus. Looks like the A side is pretty open, but it does now. The pull could be now rotating as Jonah is probably ready for it. Icy and Riot currently just hiding behind the corner. And it will go now. Icy will kill him. As now the advantage now swings to Moon Racoons the side. Now there goes another one, 1v3. Thanks to Icy killing Lear. And now it's just up to Pure Venus. He gets a spike, and Icy does back out, which understandably makes sense. But everyone now for Moon Racoons is currently in mid. Easy. Is Pure going to watch this? No, he won't. And Moon Racoons shuts down the pistol round, thanks to ZK. Really good round, pretty interesting tactic there from Lear, from Venture and Tech, both of them pushing very aggressively onto A side, as now it will be the save round for OREsports, and looks like a bit of a force buy here for Moon Racoons. Tripwire is obviously being set up for Icy, and looks like it's gonna be another A push, and once again, the KJs will be lurking, which is why it's actually good to have a KJ. But I think it really matters. So is Rebo getting the ult orb. Zeldris now pushing up. A bunch of abilities now being used in this situation. It doesn't matter because Venture now gets killed by Zeldris. Lyra looks like we'll be planting safely. As he currently gets sucked by the Astra Star. Venture gets one onto Nilly. And ZK gets one to Pure. Now it's just off to Lear and Jonah 6. Jonah 6 actually gets one to Rebo, which is very good actually for everything. Lear gets another one to Tech. Now it's just all up to Jonah 6 on the breach. Spike's now currently defusing, but with the Guardian watching, ZK does kill him. And it will be now Venture defusing and a 2-0 victory for Moon Racoons. Pretty good game, play I should say, from OREsports. Obviously letting Nilly just trying to lurk, including Pure. Both of them were lurking in that round. As now will be Vandals and Phantoms now. The rifles are coming out from OREsports as they save on the second round. This is now the bonus round, obviously, for Moon Racoons. If they win this, they'd have a very good chance of actually winning this whole map. Guardian as well being used once again for ZK. Football being used and Flash also being used as well for the side of OREsports. And Nearly once again lurking. And interesting defense positions right now. They're basically just making it just wide open. Now they're actually calling for the rotation. And the tripwires and the cameras they are over at A, so there is a good chance that it's actually a good idea. However, ZK and Rebo are currently watching at B. Leia is now using the Prowler just to gain more information. It does get some information over on the side of A. Grenade now being used from Zeldris. Spots Venture. Venture does get away safely, even though some damage has been taken off of A. Ult now being used. Zeldris gets one to Icy. Just that's a good pick, but Venture's incredibly low. Tech, someone gets one onto Zeldris. Lear, however, killing Tech. Jonah gets another one to Venture. And have Rebo and ZK, both of them have to now rotate. ZK might be getting caught off guard here. Including, actually Rebo actually may be caught out by Nilly. Yeah, currently has the ghost. He needs to watch that 2 angles. Now make that 0 angles that he gets out by Jonah 6. Now it's all up to ZK and Moon Racoons. Still has the Guardian in mind. Does actually spot Lear, so it's not too bad, but there's no way everyone else is. Nearly just waiting there in a very aggressive position. Lear gets one onto Lear, but it won't be enough as Nilly kills him. So it'll be no bonus round win for Moon Racoons, but they do now have enough to buy rifles. And that was like, you know, it was good play. It was a very good play as well from both teams. And it looks like it will once again be an A push. And once again, it's on Nilly will be lurking with the rats that KJ players are. See all the pings as well on the minimap from both teams. Once again, Tech and Venture, both of them being very aggressive at mid. Just to even get a 1 pick. Does spot the turret, does destroy it, but doesn't actually spot Nilly. Now, rotation out to B. Rotations have been called. Molly also being used as well, aside from ZK, just to stop that. Oh, Pure actually may get some picks here. Oh, actually does get spotted here, but gets stunned. Smokes are coming out. Just trying to hide. Now being used on the side of OREsports. Pure actually somehow getting Venture from all that. I see all alone at A side. Gets one onto Pure. He gets another one until Lear have Zeldris and Lear, both of them getting picks off. Jonah 6 now gets one to ZK. Now it's all to Rebo on the Astra. Rotating quickly from mid. Has the Vandal in mind, but does spot the turret. And now Moon Raccoon and now OREsports knows where Rebo is. Well, both of them, all of them has also pushed up onto main side, onto main. Flash being used, but not really affected. Killjoy util being used as well. Breach util as well. Blast pack also being used just to really make sure. And Rebo does get spotted and is down by Jonah 6. So now we'll make that now a tie game for OREsports. See, I'm very interested if they're actually going to go B here. It looks like they will be going B. And Sheriffs will be used here. So this will be a save round for Moon Racoons. Still have a pretty decent chance of actually making it and winning it, but it'd be very, very difficult, especially with these guns. Inspectors and sheriffs, even friends from ZK, or versing on the other side rifles, so it'd be very, very difficult, very hard for Moon Racoons to win this. Now it'll be a B push, a pretty slow B push here. Only IC is the only one currently at B. A very, very good camera as well. Not even gonna spot this, I don't think. And IC does get some information, and the camera is actually destroyed from Jonah 6. Boombot just got jumped by Zeldris' blast pack. And now, as now they go very aggressively onto B side. But now everyone's just all over the place. Zeldris gets one to ZK. That's a good start. Jonah 6 also getting tech from above. Rebo's also from above as well. Probably gonna put some stars in Hall and stuff. I see with the pings as well to Hall. He knows that someone is in Hall, but is he gonna expect 2 of them though? Rebo gets kills by Jonah 6. Zeldris also gets kills by Venture. That's all the Icy gets 1, but it won't be enough as Lair kills him. It will be and OREsports will now take over the lead. So luckily now Moon Racoons has enough to buy rifles. But it is going to be pretty difficult for them to come back from this. OREsports, they have been on a tear right now. They are currently
have some very good momentum. So I am a bit worried, obviously, for Moon Racoons. Looks like Zildjius might ult. And the sword and the 0 point is also being used well from the ZK, just to get information. He does get some information from that. And now the score is a rotation here. A slow rotation back to B. No one's gonna catch this for Moon Racoons. Looks like that actually could be pushed maybe to mid to A like they normally do, and Tech Adventure once again being aggressive on onto A site. Everyone is now rotating very quickly to B. Trying to get some information on both sides actually. And Rainbow does get the call that they might be going B. It rotates back to A. Rainbow is actually really good for watching this. Oh, now being used by Zildjius. And well, on that, and also on that, the null from ZK has also been used to shut that ult down for the meantime. And now's been a very quick push up to B, but they're not going to check Icy, who's just hiding behind underneath the bridge, and have a nearly trading killing Tech, and then a 4v4. Now made that a 3v4 for the sides for Moon Racoons as ZK kills Pure Venus. And now also being used from the side of Jonah 6. And the spike is also being planted as well. Very patiently as Moon Racoons trying to figure out where to go, where to kill. A great Cypher ult as well. On the side from Icy. Has an idea where everyone is. However, Jonah 6 and so just both getting picks. Icy gets another one. And now nearly all he needs to do is just trying to get some picks from backside. Gets one onto ZK. Oh, it's not now up to Venture. Jonah 6 currently have to hide it behind the pedestal, but won't be enough. OREsports now takes a 2-round victory. I should say a 2-round win right now. Or lead, I should say. On the side of Pearl. It'll be now Moon Racoons taking at the timeout. Thanks to their coach from A Rubies. It is a... OREsports was a bit slow, I'll be honest, on the first 2 rounds. Well, I should say mainly in the first one for pistol rounds. But then looks like now they're getting better and better and better. Which is obviously a good sign for OREsports, and most of these players have some pretty good experience in top tier teams. Well, one of them I can remember is Jonah 6, as he was actually part of Icebox when that was actually a pretty good team. However, for the side of on the other side of Moon Racoons, not really a lot. I mean, Rebo, he was part of TSM Academy. He was also part of Icebox as well, and then Venture was also part of TSM Academy. So this is a bit of a scare now if you are a Moon Racoons fan, especially with their economy, which is basically now bust. Only a half buy, it looks like. Stingers, Marshals. Unless he really wanted to copy Sentinels and have just like a Stinger round for a save. Slow, once again, a very slow push onto A for the side of OREsports. And they kind of they have left A wide open, but with the Cypher util, I think that'll be fine. And hopefully the camera as well being used. Still very slowly coming up to pushing A. No information right now, but I think Ice would definitely call the ultimate being taken from the side of A, and now nearly uses his ultimate just to make sure that it will be a clear A site. So they wait, tripwire. I should have said a cage being used on the side of Icy. Fault line as well. More ults have been popped off. No one gets anything from the cage. You have a ZK killing Leo while he was actually planting the spike. Cancels the spike being planted. Now it's definitely a stalemate. And now will be despite being planted. Now Tech gets one to Pure Venus. Inside of OR. Rebo gets a great headshot to Jonah 6. How he actually kills Tech. How Zoltra's coming from behind killing Rebo. It's now a 3v2. Nearly gets one. He gets three! Oh my god, a spray transfer from Nilly. A great collab as well for the first 2 kills. My god. What a round from Nilly. Even 3K at the very end.
Wow, this is a nice spot. That goes there. We must shore up. Yes, this should do. There.
And now, some confidence now being built up for OREsports, but not a lot now for Moon Racoons. And OR is now pushing back. Probably could be back to A. I have to just look in to see if there's anything at B, but doesn't really matter. Oh, and Zeldris and Pure Venus both getting picks on Tech and Venture, who are mainly the very aggressive ones, pushing up to A side. Ult now being used from both Astras. Oh, and Icy kind of struggling right here. Oh, and Reaper actually coming from behind and killing Zeldris. And now, bit of a stalemate here. 3v3. Moon Racoons' players are very split up.
30 seconds left.
So it's actually a 4v3. My apologies, not a 3v3. And now I think Icy will definitely get some information of where they are. He does. So the spike's not being planted. Icy currently still waiting. ZK with the blind gets one onto Jonah 6. Oh, not being used. ZK gets another one. Almost actually gets Lear. Fate all being used. Rebo gains Lear. Now it's all up to now it's up to Pure Venus. Gets one onto Rebo. Is he gonna get another one? No, as Icy finishes him off, and it'll be now the defuse for Moon Racoons. So that's definitely now some confidence for Moon Racoons. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter for OREsports because they've been really good with their economy. I guess I guess like the only worry is Tech, but okay, never mind. Tech will be going with a half buy, looks like, with Vandals for Venture, Rebo, and Tech. Both of them with all 3 of them actually with light shields. Everyone else with heavy shields. It'll be now very fast push now onto A, as Icy is definitely not ready for it, and nearly trying to be a rat, trying to just do some lurky, but Tech will finish him off. Now still 4v5, Pure Venus. Probably be pushing. No, never mind, backs off, and it will be OR calling for the rotation. And Ribber might actually needs to be ready for this because he's in a very unorthodox position. Currently just hiding behind this little structure here. Side of B. So and OR needs to be very careful here. If they have any chance of winning. He's holding a very tight angle here. Oh, and he does get shot down by OR and Zeldris. And it will be now basically a free B push. I have a ZK thinking otherwise. Trying to slow them down as much as they can. I have a Pure Venus. Look out for him. He's currently in mid. He's currently the one being rat. And Jonah 6 also trying his hardest just to combat anything or concuss or just makes him just any room, as everyone else is now rotating very quickly to A. This is actually great playstyle right here from OREsports. A massive fake on the side of B.
thanks to the ult from Jonah 6. Have a tech coming in with the ultimate, gets one to Pure Venus. Venture kills one, now gets 3 now for tech. Now it's just all up to Jonah 6. And the only thing he has to do is save. And he will save the Vandal. So once again, confidence boost for Moon Racoons. OREsports still looking pretty good still with their economy. I feel like maybe in the next round, if they maybe lose, I think they actually might be fine if they even lose the next round. But I think if they lose the next round after that, the next couple rounds, then it's probably not going to be good for them. But a push maybe through mid, might actually probably going to be through B. It looks like. As Lear's currently on the lurk, trying to sell them that they might be pushing A, and I think it looks like they might be, but 2 players currently watching mid. Venture ZK. ZK backs up, Venture still waiting. Well, now some good information there. ZK is also being spotted, and he's now run away, and he does just in time. Now they still don't know what to do, but it will be now officially a push down to B. But Rebo, his position is probably going to catch him off guard. See if they're actually going to clear this. Oh, and Tech does spot them. Are they actually going to clear this? No, they're going to be backing up. They're backing up to B. So to A it looks like now. Yes, they are. They are going to be pushed out back to A. So Venture needs to be ready for this. Oh, but Jonah 6 though with basically with an amazing ability just to shut that down. Shut down the corner. Tripwire's also been destroyed as well. Zeldris needs to be very careful. He does now plant the spike. Icy does spot him, but the Polar going to shut him down. No, ZK and Tech both getting picks. Nilly have a game 2. And Lear also getting 1. Venture now gets 1 to Nilly. And now it's crazy now to a 2v2. Both Fays and Ashes are still alive. Pure Venus and Lear both are backing up. And Rubber does actually spot Lear. Now it's a 1v2. All to Pure Venus. Oh, almost gets Venture. And Venture will finish him off. It'll be now 5-5. 5-all now. As we get into the penultimate round. So economy, I mean, yeah, it's still good for both teams. The only bad things obviously there's gonna be quite a few light shields, heavy shields actually, Bulldog and a Spectre for Jonah 6 and Zeldris. And rifles still on the other hand, still for Moon Racoons. Spectres now for both Jonah 6 and Zeldris. So they are going to, so I guess a full spy in Zeldris and Jonah 6. That's really all. It looks like it'll be now a slow push to B. Venture once again being aggressive at A side, but they will actually not be going to A. Currently still waiting, still just pushing, thinking that actually someone might be behind the structure, but won't be the case. Still in very slow push here. Careful not to make any noise. And now they're pushing up, Nilly using his ultimate. Forcing everyone to back up. And Icy will back up, including ZK. Well, ZK would just make it out. And that will be a free playing position. However, and now from Zeldris. Basically, he's basically scaring them away. He's giving them so much space now. Because of that Razor, because of how scary and impactful that Razor ult is. Zeldris is in a very peculiar position to maybe get a pick. No, Icy will shut him down. And now all now being used. Lyric gets 2, gets 3. Just nationally might be winnable now for our esports. Maybe have Rebo coming back getting 2 picks of his own. That's how Rebo's now defusing. And this Nanoswarm actually kills Rebo. Now it's all up to Icy. It'd be very difficult for him to win this. As now it's up to Pure Venus and for the side of our esports, and he will shut him down.
Amazing job from Lear, getting 3 picks on the side of B from last round, just making it winnable for OREsports.
I need this.
And now OREsports means is getting better. Tech, however, with the stinger, not great,
That goes there.
but it is what it is. And once again, a very slow push up to B. And Pure Venus just kind of literally just chilling behind, and the camera being used and does get destroyed by Jonas 6. And Lear might be using his ultimate very soon to make just to create more space and know where the enemies are. He does spot Icy, and Zeldris will kill him. It'll be now a free sight now for our esports, and Jonas 6, luckily he doesn't, he gets away from the star. Now the Fade ult not coming back. A bunch of trials actually being detected there, a bunch of the enemies being detected. Having to just go to low play. ZK gets 1, Pure Venus and Lear both getting picks though. And Lear gets another one, now drop to Rebo. Might be a bit of a struggle here, especially with his Astro Wall. And yeah, won't check the right. Yeah, won't check at the side. And we now have halftime. Halftime now for Moon Racoons and OREsports, and a swap as well. Moon Racoons will now be attacking, while OREsports will be defending. I'm interested to see now how defense goes from both of these teams. Obviously, Moon Racoons, they were pretty aggressive on some of the defending rounds, especially up in A. While OREsports were attacking, they were mainly very, very slow. They basically all they want to get is just information. That's really all. And Icy looking like it might be okay, and he does actually have a pretty good camera spot. Pistol rounds, however, from to south the first to second half, and Icy currently just watching to mid, but it will be now probably gonna be a push maybe to A. Very spread out Moon Racoons are. Kind of just watching all angles just to really make sure that they don't actually get flanked. Yeah, I think they haven't made that decision. They might be going mid to A, maybe. Probably looks like. Still waiting. Still waiting. I see now pushing up.
Cage triggered.
Putting the cage up just to really just to throw them off. But it will be now officially a B push. Rebels are already now pushing up. They do need to be careful of Lear though. Kind of only just watching from mid. And I think that's literally, that was actually, I'm pretty sure was destroyed. And they do spot Jonas 6. So it will be now a free B site. And now OREsports needs to work together to push back up. Oh, I thought they were going to come from behind. But they do actually spot the camera and they do destroy it. Rebo is now coming, now backing up big time. But Icy and Tech might be going up top probably. Tech is now pushing up. Icy gets killed. Tech gets one onto Lear, so now it's a 4v4. Are they not going to spot Tech? However, Zeldris and Pure Venus, they're both getting picks. It doesn't really matter. Zeldris gets another one with his grenade now up to Rebo. And it won't be enough. Zeldris gets 4. Just to start off the second half for OREsports. As they take the second half pistol round. Good play from Zeldris. Very, very good actually. And a good 4K. Just to start off the second half. Next time might be once again a split push. Spectres from all around for OREsports and Classic Sheriff, Frenzy, even a Marshal from Rebo. That'll be interesting.
So, how Moon Raccoons push up onto A. Now they're going to destroy the KJ util. They do need to also be careful of Nearly. He's currently watching a very, very deep corner. And now they'll be now rotating back. Rebels are already pushed up fully into B. Watching backside. Everyone else from OREsports, they're currently just mainly mid. Just waiting. However, Lear may actually get some info here. If he spots Rebo, who's currently creeping his way forward onto B side. And also including Icy. Soldress, however... Oh, that was a whiff from Lear! Oh no, but it doesn't matter, because Icy, it does get killed by Jonas 6 either way. And Pure Venus gets one onto Tech. And now they have basically been forced to plan, but a great bit of util being used on Jonas 6. Some actually won't get one. Rebo actually kills him. Zeldris and Pure Venus both getting picks now, which is all up to the very low Rebo, who's on 12 health with a Marshall. He needs to play around the smokes, but won't be enough as nearly kills him off. 5-9 for the side for OREsports. As they continue their run. It's not all. It's not really. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, for Moon Racoons, they still have a chance of winning this one as they have the gun advantage. And obviously, OREsports knows this. Spectres and Ghosts. I mean, just how about this Ghost from Jonas 6 and Lear? I guess they're just waiting until the next round to then officially actually get some rifles. Even if they lose this, it won't really matter because they're still gonna get rifles. And probably gonna be a very, it will be a pretty fast push onto B, and Nearly does need to be careful on this. Currently the only one watching B. Everyone from OREsports is now rushing onto B side. Spike's not being planted now. Zeldris does have his ultimate, so he can shut this down. And he will shut this down if he can. If he can get at least one pick, and he does it with a trade there for Tech and Zeldris. Both of them are already down. Are also being used on the side of Moon Raccoons. However, I think you're going to spot everyone from... Yes, they will. Icy and Pure Venus both getting picks. 3v3 still. Now I make that 3v2 as ZK kills him. As kills Pure Venus. I make that 3v1 as well up to Nilly. And Venture gain 2 picks. Maybe a comeback possibly for Moon Raccoons, but be pretty difficult. As now OREsports now has enough to buy rifles. Oh dear moment right here. If you are a Moon Raccoons fan, we have already seen how well they will go as with rifles. So once again, a pretty fast push onto B. Maybe they're still getting information. Rebo's still currently at A. It looks like it will be another call to possibly rotate to mid. Maybe no, to A. It looks like. Now they do need to be careful. Pure Venus. He's currently watching a very tight angle, a very aggressive angle actually, I should say, of A. So he's definitely gonna get some feedback, and he does. He runs back. He's calling for an A push. But they do need to be careful. Icy, he is still at B. It will be another rotation onto B. Moon Raccoons really just playing some, huh? They really are just toiling with OR. Nearly is currently the one. Never mind. Now they could be pushing back up to A.
30 seconds left.
It was actually a fake rotation. 2 players now splitting up onto main and mid to really try it down.
On Tech with the slide kills Zeldris just to start it off. However, they only have like 10 seconds remaining. I don't know if they're even gonna have a chance to even plant. They are trying to plant Venture, trying to plant Nova gets killed. Pure Venus and Lear both getting picks. ZK gets one to join in 6, and it won't be enough for them to even plant. Pretty disappointing round for Moon Racoons. And to finish it really off, Icy was the only one to stay alive. Try to push to B, that didn't work. Push to A, fake rotated back to A. Even with 2 at mid, wasn't enough for Moon Racoons. So now, Moon Racoons kind of needs to win the next couple of rounds to still be in contention of winning. And Tech does have his ultimate. Luckily, because there's no KO on the other side, can't really be shut down with that. So just very careful with his Vandals. Oh, he rushes up. Oh, I couldn't get the grenade out as Icy kills him. Tech now uses his ultimate, spots Nilly, and Icy also uses his ultimate. He basically Tech is creating so much space now with his ult. It looks like he won't be using his ultimate anymore. He's already in grass and backslide. Needs to get some great picks here. Needs to get Pure and nearly gets 2 against both of them at the exact same time. Amazing job by Tech. Now make that out a 5v2. Lear and Jonas 6. It's probably a good idea for them to save, and they will be saving, it looks like. Lear does kill Rebos. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But they will have to save, and they will be saving. And Moon Racoons will probably be very hungry for some kills. Lear's actually watching this angle in mid. Could possibly maybe get someone, but doesn't really want to risk it, which is understandable. And it will be a win for Moon Racoons. It's Jonas 6, and Lear will be saving. So now they need to possibly win more rounds just to really ruin OR's economy. That's the main goal. That's all they need to think about now, which is OR's economy. How can we ruin it? How can we basically give us a massive advantage of it? And then Zeldris, obviously, being aggressive just to create space, and it did work. It looks like Moon Racoons will be coming back. Looks like they will be, actually. It's going to be going to A. Maybe another fake rotation, but IC is at B. And ZK at mid. Still waiting. A lot of KJ Util is also in the side of B. And we now the push up to mid to A. And Leon, oh, actually, I think Tech might have an idea. Yeah, it definitely has an idea. Zeldris and Lear both need to back away behind the smoke. And now they're calling for the rotation to B. And Nilly might have an idea. He's currently up in high ground, on the high ground of B. So I think he might know. He definitely should know with that Astra ult from Rebo. I see. Putting the camera down and Spike. Oh, needs to be careful. The Nano Swarm, and that's basically shut him down for the corner, but doesn't really matter. The Astra will still very, very powerful. As now it goes away. And now it will be ears all out. However, they need to be careful of Tech. It's currently watching mid. And Zeldris being very aggressive. Nearly gets one to Venture. Nearly gets another one. However, ZK and Icy, they both of them respond. Getting 2 picks of their own. And Icy not gonna shoot yet. Lear just shooting through the smoke. If he gets some picks, and he does get one onto Icy. And now Spike's not being defused. ZK's currently watching it. Oh, and spots the gun! Spots the gun from Nilly! And but Rebo getting 1 gets 2! And that forces Nilly to actually evacuate. What a clutch from Rebo from at the back. At the back of B main. That was like shades of steel when he did that once, I'm pretty sure, as Astra as well. And Pure Venus calling for the timeout for the timeout for OREsports. And OR, they've been looking really good. They've been looking extremely good, actually. Now, I think their economy might actually not be too bad, but I'm not too certain on that. Suppose you have to wait until we actually get to see it on the scoreboard. But I don't think it's actually not too bad. But Moon Racoons, they've been fired up now. They're fired up and all firing all cylinders and everything. So they actually might be pretty scary for this whole game. This timeout will be ending very soon. And we'll see what's gonna happen now. And yeah, OR not like has a pretty bad economy. So this obviously should be an easy win for Moon Racoons, which obviously that is what they wanted. They wanted OR to have a pretty bad economy. They do have Stingers, which could possibly give them an upset, but could be wrong. Everyone from OR, 4 players from OR are currently pushed up to A. And they're still actually deciding of where they're going to go. No idea where they're going to go, but... Oh, and they're pushing up right now, and... ZK Venture watching Flash coming out. I think that's 2, but that's actually against Zeldris, who's pushed up super far. Fault line being used. Zeldris will be now going out. And will be now a very quick rotation over to B. Nearly the only one with the Stinger currently at B. And now everyone's down at B. And now will be now another rotation, possibly. Still waiting, it's still deciding. Everyone is now just grouping up, playing together. Zeldris is still currently at A, just in case there's anyone lurking. Or in case they're actually rotating. And they have spot Nelly. They've also spot Lear as well. Oh, and the Stinger is actually... Lear actually does kill someone. ZK, however, killing back Lear. But the Stingers are doing their work. Both of them actually getting picks. Now gets another one. However, Jonas 6 now the only one remaining. And that is a very good round for Moon Racoons. However, now OR has their rifles. And you know what that means when they have their rifles. It's pretty scary to stop. It'd be very difficult for them to stop. So, that in mind, obviously, need to be pretty careful here. Looks it might be actually a mid push. I don't know what side though. Most likely a B probably because of where Rebo is. And it will be a B push. Already rushing up. Null being used as well. But the side of Moon Racoons thanks to ZK. Lear's currently stuck. Flash coming out. Actually, I'm pretty sure actually blinded. Tech. And now they're going for the rotation now. Dina actually spots Zeldris. Actually might be detrimental and gets one. He gets one to Venture and Lear gets another one to Icy. Not good for Moon Racoons. Rebo is still currently at B. Looks like also OR thinks that they actually rotated to A and they haven't. Slowly pushing up from mid. Nearly may actually note this. Also spots Rebo as well and he's ready for the ultimate. Still nothing. Still nothing on the spike as well being planted. Looks like ZK might be planting. Yes, he does. That notes Nearly to now use his KJ ultimate. That forces everyone from Moon Racoons to back off. And Tech is in a bit of... He's in a bit of a pickle, but he does get out. Just. Trace not coming out. Zoldris and Reba both getting picks. Oh, and Reba gets another one. However, Lear, that's all up to Nilly. He does kill Rebo. That was very, very fast, actually. Rebo actually getting a 3k on that round. But it will be OREsports winning that one. So we possibly may go to... This may be the penultimate round for OREsports. Leo, he has been performing very, very well in this whole game. On the side, on his side, Zeke has also been performing very well. Not Zeke, ZK. He's been performing very, very well as well. So kind of need. So I think Moon Racoons kind of need ZK to pop off, and they just want to get information before they actually know where they're going. And the camera spotting Lear, and actually does get destroyed though. Not too sure I actually spotted Jonah in 6. I don't think it did. Looks like it will be a push maybe to B for Moon Racoons. Possibly. I don't actually really know where any of them are. All I know is that I saw Lair at mid. I saw. And now looks like will be an hour push on to B. Now maybe a fast push actually, and they need to be careful here. Three of OREsports players are currently there. Ult's now being used, ult's now being traded now. Oh, Fade ult's now being traded. Just to really just waste so much time as they can. And Tech still has his ultimate. Blind not coming out. Now I see plants. And Nilly does get spotted by ZK. Tech, however, as well. And now Tech uses ultimate. Zojas also uses his ultimate as well. Gets one onto Venture. Zojas and Tech both getting picks, however. Jonas 6 and Nilly both getting one as well. Oh, and Icy actually does get cut down job to Rebo. And a 5v1 situation won't be enough though. Nilly will shut that down. And now they're in the final round. Possibly the final round for OREsports, as it would be match point for them. And they have been very, very consistent. Very, very good on Pearl. They might take the first match point as well to take the lead of this match. Obviously, it's actually very, very... it's actually pretty important. Because whoever wins basically have a very, very good chance of making it 2 challenges. So this is basically stakes are on a very high moment. But it will be now a very fast push onto B. A hard push. A relatively hard push onto B. Rubber and IC are currently at mid. And actually kind of forces OR to back off a bit. And Tech just clearing out the side of A. I don't know where the hell they're going now. What in the world? And it might be a very weird push to B, I think. It will be. It will be a very unorthodox push onto B. Even though they don't have the spike, so they're just basically just giving off false information. The spike is still in the hands of Venture. Layer. Oh, I see. I was thinking about it, but thought otherwise, which was a good start. Still a very, very weird push this is. Tech use obviously was at main and then went over to mid. Zoldris has been on trouble right here. And Tech does kill him. Venus gets maybe actually did saw 1, gets 2, and then actually he actually does get 2 onto ZK and Tech. Sorry, I was actually a bit excited there. Cypher now being used on the side of Moon Racoons. Venture gets 1 onto Jonas 6. They're trying to plant. They do finally plant. Thanks to Venture. Oh, Rapper gets 1 to Lear, but it's now up to Venture, but it won't be enough as Pure Venus gets a 3k on the final round. And it'll be now OREsports
taking the lead of the match. A 1-0 victory for OREsports. Now for the second map, we have Fracture. Obviously, OREsports won the first match. And now we're going to go to the second one, which is Fracture. So, very pretty standard composition once again as well. For both of these teams, you could choose the. I mean, obviously the best. You can really choose either. Like, KO is I think Fade might be better. I'll be honest. And Killjoy. I mean, Killjoy is pretty good here as well. But you can obviously. You can also run a Cypher here, but I think like the main one is obviously Killjoy, Brim, Raze, and probably KO. You can easily say that, but it kind of just intertwines. You know, you can choose both. You can really use like either like those two Sentinels or KJ or Cypher, or you could choose either KO or Breach as KO or Fade as the second initiator. But either way, it is the defense for OREsports and the attack of Moon Racoons, and looks like it's going to be already a very hard push up to B. Tech watching as Nilly also watching the angle, waiting for someone to peek. And Nilly now creeping forward, and Reckley does get killed by Nilly. Well, ZK does kill him back. Vivian is there as Venture now plans to spike. And everyone from OR is now coming from behind where Rebo is, so he needs to be extremely careful on that. And Lear have a kill in Rebo. Blind now coming out. Venture killing Lear. Now make the 3v3. Suppress now ZK as everyone from OR is very aggressively coming from heaven. I think they might actually notice this, and he does the concussion line from ZK. ZK gets one. Pure Venus have a game in 2. Now drop to ZK. A 2v1 situation for the pistol round. Actually might play around this smoke, and he gets one onto Pure Venus, and it won't be enough for ZK to actually kill Jonah, but Jonah won't be able to defuse the spike in time, and it will be the clutch round from ZK, and it will be now, and pistol round will go over to Moon Racoons, just like Pearl. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just like Pearl all over again, where Moon Racoons won the pistol round and they lost that map. Is it going to continue onto Fracture? Spectres all around for Moon Racoons. Classics basically just saving for OREsports. Zildji's might. Okay, never mind. So Zildji's will continue to use the classic. And a bit of a split push here. I see he's actually on the other side. Now he's going back to the side where his teammates are. And it's interesting. Lear and Zildji's actually push up to Satellite. And now they know where they're going. Tech now uses his jump pack just to get to the high place. High ground, and Jonah trying to flash. Trying to get a kill, won't be enough. Tech kills him with a Spectre. He gets another one onto Zeldris. Now gets another one onto Lear. Now it's all up to Nelly, and it'll be now 4K now for Tech. A very easy win for Moon Racoons. So now this is supposed to be now the bonus round for Moon Racoons if they win this.
Yes, this should do. Here.
So Nelly's already saying up for the ciphers. As a cipher that he is. And so OR does obviously have the rifles, which obviously means that they should obviously win it, but this is a later bonus round, and bonus round means that anything can really happen. And Tech already being very aggressive, but gets killed instantly by Jonah. And Rebo have the game 1 to Nilly. Pure Venus coming back, killing Rebo. It's now just going back and forth, a 3v3 now. Still, everyone from Moon Racoons has Spectres. Oh, eventually needs to get back, and he does. Gets back into a corner. Might need to spoil Zeldris. And he doesn't. Zeldris kills him instantly with a headshot. And ZK Hammer and responding back with a kill to him from several Pure Venus. Now it's just all up to ZK. who does have a Vandal. Say Lear actually, sorry, Lear is the one who's all by himself. Gets one onto ZK. He's on 30 health. I have Ice is also pretty low. He's waiting. Oh, his shoulder, and he does kill him with a headshot. I'm pretty sure it'll just be enough for OREsports. Oh yes, it will. It will be enough as Lear will clutch up the 3rd round. So it was a good attempt for Moon Racoons, but Lear was just better. Lear is just better apparently. So I don't know what to really say about that. But seeing where Moon Racoons goes for their attack, still deciding where to go. But there's gonna be a lot of Cypher stuff right now on the side of A. So if they do go A, they need to really do need to deal with all of the Cypher tech. So no information from both teams, and Icy's currently just lurking. Currently on the other side on B. So it might be actually a slow push onto A. But however, they still need to wait for information so they can gather it. So gather the information. Possibly. Still waiting. Jonah 6 might be very aggressive. Oh, what a beautiful headshot by Jonah onto Robo. That was a beautiful flex shot. Looks like now 2 of them, so 2 players from OR is rotating out to B. However, the spike is still at A. I see just hiding behind the smoke, and that basically initiates that. Everyone now from OR is up pushing up to A. Tech is not really in a good position. What is ZK on Venture? Now they actually have to back. Now they actually have to back away. They think it's to actually B. Three of them's going to B. They have no idea where they're going, but Icy has a perfect opportunity. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Icy. Oh, beautiful trigger that's a plan, but it will get shot down by Jonah. A beautiful play by Icy from Moon Racoons. Spike's now down. Now, might be difficult for Nilly and Jonah to really do anything because of like how they positioned. Will actually damage Venture. Venture will get killed by it. So now he's on a bit of a roll now. Doesn't know where Tech is. He's actually been pretty close to actually killing him. Jonah with a beautiful headshot as well. Now she's all up to Tech. Gets 1 onto Jonah. Will he get another one? Oh, what a flick shot by Tech onto Nelly. Oh, and Jonah was very close of getting that ace, but won't be enough. There was actually quite a lot of good flick shots from during that round. Beautiful shot by Pure and Venus. Jonah almost gained an ace. Icy basically saving Moon Racoons. And Tech again that beautiful flick shot onto Nilly. Sheriffs all around for OREsports, looks like. Actually like 2 sheriffs and 3 classics. But rifles for Moon Racoons. So this is a good sign now for Moon Racoons. Not too sure of actually who chose which map. Oh, actually, that makes sense. So Moon Racoons did pick this map, so we can obviously see why they chose this map. This is one of the strongest suits. And Tech already jumping up onto heaven. It's kind of actually a bit of basically attacking round for both teams actually, but it doesn't matter because Jonah kills Venture. However, Rebo kills Jonah, and will be now the ult from Tech just to give us some space, and also an ult as well from Rebo. Actually did tag Nilly. Now Rebo's now planted the spike. Oh, it's actually so small as well. Like 3 players from OR is now flanking from behind, but it won't matter because Rebo and ZK both having them getting picks. Zeldros getting 1 to Icy. And it's all up to Zeldros. Zeldros now. He has his ultimate, but he's probably going to save it. He gets 1 onto ZK. Is he going to get another 1 onto Tech?
Currently behind the crate. Gets another one onto Tech. Now it's just a 1v1 now. I don't know how this man did this. Up to Zeldris and Rebo. Uses ultimate just for good measure. Actually, he just saw them as well. But the molly just misses it. And Rebo needs to rush to get him. Oh, he needs to peek. He needs to peek. He's very close. And yes, he will shut him down. Rebo would just make it. Would just win the round for Moon Racoons. And it's just not really what you want to see if you are an OREsports fan. But the Zeldris performed very, very well in that round, so it's fair enough.
Oh, this is a nice spot. Yes, this should do. This goes.
I think it will be a B push, so they do have to deal with the Cypher. With all the Cypher trip buyers and basically all the util from there. Actually, they're waiting. It looks like the spike carrier that being. I'm pretty sure that's Venture. Yeah, Venture just waiting in spawn. They look like it looks like they want to push A, but it's a matter of util being used there. I don't think it's gonna happen. Mention that uses Prowler, gets this was Zeldris and Concussion also coming out as well. And the Prowler does force Zeldris out, including the Fade ult. Still stagnating, but the 3 other Moon Raccoon players are gonna come from Satellite. I don't think anyone's really watching that angle, so this actually might be big if they can get some picks from drop. They probably have an idea. Still waiting. Smoke needs to go up very soon. Zeldris and Jonas 6 now pushing up, and Zeldris does kill Venture. However, Tech now comes from above. Icy gets also now one to Pure Venus. Jonah also uses his ultimate as well. His null. Good flash gets one to ZK. And Lear also uses flash. Jonah gets another one to Tech. He gets another one onto Rebo. And Lear will shut it down, killing Icy. I think that would have actually been a winnable round for Moon Raccoons. Obviously, they didn't panic. But, I mean, one of them did die, obviously, in May, so they kind of had to push. But either way, it was a good attempt by Moon Raccoons. But it will be now the save round for Moon Raccoons. OR will be having the rifles. And a bunch of Cypher util being used. And so already, they already have an idea where Moon Raccoons are. 3 of the players, it looks like. Actually, 4 Zoe. I see currently just waiting behind, but even though they have classic, doesn't really matter if they lose. It doesn't really matter if they lose this. Oh, okay. So they do take out the boom bot, which is good enough. And there might be the rotation now. Jonah's just waiting around the corner. Grenade's being used. Icy now slowly coming back up, but instantly gets killed by Jonah. Zeldris gets another one. Now another one for Zeldris as he gets Venture. And might actually get another one also onto ZK. ZK now push up onto side. He's a bit overwhelmed as well to Rebo. Has his ultimate, but I don't think he really wants to use it. He's also been smoked off as well. Being isolated. No idea where he is though. Now he knows with the camera, so he's been forced to run away. It doesn't really matter. Just run in and go and die, and he does eventually die to Zeldris. A flawless round for OREsports. Rifles now in hand now for Moon Raccoons. Basically everything looking the same for OREsports.
This goes here.
It looks like they're going to be doing the rushing, I guess, from behind. Instantly from the other spawn area. And all the pings as well from each side. And looks like Icy might be actually in a bit of trouble here. Turret is there, but hasn't really spotted anyone. But now Lear is ziplining very quietly back to the other side. So we were saying so. Now everyone is now going to the other side. Other than Rebo, who gets instantly killed by Jonah. Icy, however, killing Pure Venus while that was happening. Prowler being used. Spots Jonah. He's a bit overwhelmed. There's 4 players, but she gets one to tech. Now made a 3v3. Still nothing right now. Still a bit of a stalemate. And looks like they might. One of them is actually going to go under, which is Lear. Lear's going to go under. Sorry, ZK, sorry. Lear and Icy. Oh, this is actually perfect for Zeldris. Gets flashed, he's been forced to back off. He actually does. That's interesting. Zeke actually didn't even take advantage of actually killing Zeldris. And the grenade wasn't enough to kill the KJ ultimate. So he's been forced to back away. And now it's a free B site for Moon Racoons. However, Zeldris now uses his ultimate. Nearly, however, killing Venture. Now make that a 3v2. Make that possibly a 3v1. He actually ran out of time. Cypher ult being used as well. Oh, he's waiting right now. Now drop to Icy. Won't be enough. OREsports continues their massive lead. It was a pretty good round though, from Moon Racoons, but OR did counter that extremely well. Kind of just playing to the tempo of them. And yeah, that's all really, just playing the tempo of the enemy team and how trying to play off it and how they can also counter it as well.
This goes here. Yes, this should do.
So looks like a half buy. Looks like a Singer, Sheriff, Spectres, so half buys all around from Moon Racoons. So theoretically, this should be an easy, a bit of an easy win for OREsports. I say moderate win for them, as already an ult from Rebo already being used. So already as they're trying to push onto the side. However, they've been met with some OR players as Vandals. How Tech and Ice actually both getting picks, but Jonah 6! Oh, so close. It doesn't matter because ZK is currently on 5 health. Amazing job by Jonah 6 getting 2 picks on the side. However, but Nilly and Lear, they're just quietly waiting. And yeah, there it is. He's on 5 health. It doesn't really matter. Nilly gained the kill onto ZK. And it looks like it will be a timeout for Moon Racoons.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
So it will be difficult for Moon Racoons to play around this. I think obviously I do think Fracture is a pretty defended sided map, but you can obviously make attacking work well, obviously if you go aggressive. Because obviously you have a Cypher, it will be difficult. Because he has all like the tripwires, the cameras, and the cage and everything, so it'll be very difficult for them to even be aggressive if they really want to. And because they also need to play around the KO, which bear in mind that KO, Jonah 6 has his ultimate, so it might also shut down Zeldris. Might even shut down Tech. It might even shut down ZK. But I don't know, I feel like these couple rounds are gonna be pretty difficult with that KO ultimate in mind. No, there's also a bunch of pings as well, and looks like they do have a plan of where they're gonna go. Probably gonna be splitting up. Spike will still be in spawn, in regular spawn. So it will be basically a B sandwich, how I like to call it. Basically getting sandwich from, basically obviously get pushed from both sides. You obviously get pretty overwhelmed when when either you're the only player or there's a bunch of players. it just seems that Tech will be the one who's actually carrying the spike. Icy will now be coming back to his teammates on the other side. Hopefully, obviously, in the lead by not getting spotted. Very slow back to side, and looks like it might be an A push. Icy's obviously lurking. And if that's the case, then Jonas 6 and Zeldris, they're actually in a pretty good position to shut them down from Satellite. I don't think Lee has heard anything, and he's still waiting. He's actually, they're actually all thinking that they're gonna come from Satellite, and they do shut down Tech's ultimate with the KO ult, and Lear finishing him off as well. This is gone from bad to worse for Moon Racoons, and they've been forced to rotate back. However, Icy actually does come back and kills Nilly. So there will be no more Cypher stuff. But he is on 11 health. And Pure Venus he's only one, but very scary. Gets one onto Icy. He has his ultimate as well. Make that now barbecued now for Venture. And now just Zol is all up to just one lone Rebo. Gets one. He actually gets two, but won't be enough. Time expires and needs to just run away and just hide. At least he does get to save the Vandal, but not good. Not good, obviously, for Moon Racoons. This is obviously now the penultimate round of this half. And OR, they've been looking very, very strong.
Yalla, Machina. That goes there. This goes here.
And it will be half bars. I actually saw one Vandal, obviously that was from Rebo. So it's not completely bad, but still pretty bad. And now this is where the Poke be doing the sandwich. So they do need to be careful on both sides. On both sides, obviously, as this is fracturing. I don't know. I think the camera might be actually watching Satellite. But he's not even actually on it. But Venus also waiting with the Molly. And then one from Moon is also waiting as well for the engagement. And Tech already onto the site. They actually have not spotted Nelly, who is currently just... He had just left a one-way smoke. I'm pretty sure actually was spotted. And he was indeed. And Venture plants in clear sight. Soldiers with the boom bot. Fade out now being used from the side of Venture. And Moon Racoons. Prowler's also being used. Spots Nelly. Forces to back away. Zoldra's now actually pretty aggressive. Gets one onto Tech. Have a ZK answering back and killing Pure Venus. Lear gets one to Venture. Now Nilly gets Icy. Now she'll up to Rubber once again, who has the Vandal. But it won't be enough. Even with the kill with Jonas 6 and the Molly's one onto the spike, they will still be able to defuse it. Making now a 7-4. 7-4 for the final round of the first half.
Last round before the switch.
So, obviously rifles as well from both teams. And the amount of money that OREsports has, pretty big. I guess obviously it's kind of good that we're switching to the on the half. And it will be another A push. I see obviously just waiting. And everyone now from OR realizes this. And Lear also looking, also waiting. Right in the corner on A site. Still quite a few, few times just to, if they need to rotate. But it looks like they're already committed. And Tech is already pushing up. Oh, they need to be careful of the corner though. See Lear just camping in the corner on the stairs. So just also looking Satellite to see if there's anyone flanking. Prowler spots him. He falls to back away. Oh, what a grenade! And Lear actually doesn't make it out. Zoe just have a killing Tech. And he pops his ultimate. He's actually going to spot Icy. Oh, Oh, he's thinking about it. He's looking. He's waiting. Boss might now being used. However, eventually actually getting 2, but Jonas 6 gets 1 as well. And Icy gets 1 onto Zeldris. Now it is all up to Nilly. KJ ult being used. And Nilly's been forced just to back away. And he can't even go to B. Oh, he probably just can. Yes, he will by just a second. Can Nilly win this in a 3v1? He does have a Phantom in mind. He does have a rifle. He has a decent idea where everyone is. Everyone's jumping. Gets 1 onto Venture. Also being used. Gets it halfway. So that's pretty good. Gets 1 onto ZK. This actually might be winnable actually for Nilly. However, Nanoswarm's now currently being used. Destroys the second one. And Icy's still waiting. And Nilly trying to be aggressive, but it won't be enough as Icy will kill him. 7-5 is the half on Fracture. OREsports is Moon Racoons. Moon Racoons will now be defending while OREsports will be attacking. It was a very good attempt by Nilly to possibly win that 1v3 clutch. But the Nanoswarms were just too much for him. And he also got pretty greedy as well, so. Pretty interesting. But we'll see what OREsports has in mind for attacking. Obviously, they're not the best on pistol rounds, so expect them to be struggling on the first couple rounds. Mainly the first round of this half. And already Moon Racoons. So the players already push up. Tech already gets 1 to Zeldris. That's already a good start. Grenade also being that forces Jonah and Lair to back off. Have a Pure Venus and Nilly. Slowly push up onto B. Oh, but the Nanoswarm actually. The Nanoswarm slows him down even more. It looks like that actually might be an A push. Rebel's currently waiting with the smokes. And now they're going to be now rotating back to A. But they're going to spot. They're actually going to spot Venture and Tech coming from behind. ZK gets 1 to Jonah. And TK and yet Tech has another 1 to Pure Venus. Nearly. Or Sandwich gets killed by Venture. Now it's all up to Lear, who does plant a spike, but he is concussed, and it'll be very difficult for him to kill anyone from that distance. It'll be Moon Racoons making a comeback, basically winning the second pistol round. And a flawless round as well. It's a bit of an interesting move. Vandal for Tech. That's very, very bold. I guess it really are a force blind. Okay, never mind. So it will be a Spectre. So Vandal? Okay, so I guess Tech is staying with the Vandal. So this actually might not be good for OR then. Oh, okay, that is very bold for you to go Vandal in the second round. However, Jonah may actually get this first. May actually realize that is a Vandal, but lots better if it backs away. Might be going to the outside, but will be now an A push. Player has the spike. Spike also being used. ZK already pushing up aggressively. And ZK actually killed Tech, who had the rifle. However, ZK getting 2 kills with the Spectre. How did Pure Venus know where Venture was? That was ridiculous. Getting a right click onto him. Like now 3v3 and even match now. Do they know that Jonah's coming from drops? I don't think they do. And Rebo apparently watching. Royal's very close to the getting killed by that Molly. Oh, Venus he just wants the spike, and he does get the spike. And he falls back. Rebo gets another one to Nilly through the smoke. And now he's being forced back away. Now he's up to Pure Venus. ZK is currently on a 3k. Now it's just a race to B site, and it looks like it will be the defenders who gets there first. Not good news for Pure Venus. only has a classic. And I don't think it will be enough. Icy is just hiding behind the Radiant crate. Lineups are coming out and it'll be Icy finishing it off. 7-all now is the score. And now will be the bonus round. Bonus round for Moon Racoons. Rebo now has the Vandal. Looks like Stingers, Spectres, and all that as well. OREsports needs to win this to even be in contention of winning this match. To lose this, then that might actually bite them in the ass. Already, three of their players in Moon Racoons have already been very aggressive on A. Everyone is still on the opposite side of spawn, and this is now giving me flashbacks of the champions of Boom Esports' Optic, but there'll be no ace, which is a good sign. It would be very embarrassing if there was. And now will be a slow push onto B. So just leading the way with the spike. And there's a bunch of, and there's the KG utils, so they need to be careful with that. And now this is when all hell breaks loose. Nanoswarm's already been used, the turret's now been killed. And Tech actually got so much damage from that. I'm pretty sure that was from, pretty sure that was actually by Pure Venus, who damaged him so much on, like, the back, but Lear gets one into Icy. It's already a good sign. Now 1v4. Tech now still with 8 health. I don't know how this man is even going to get a pick. Rebo getting 1, however, onto Zeldris. He has the Vandal in hand, so still a bit of an even grounds here. Nearly, however, killing Venture. And Pure Venus. Rebo gets 1 to Jonah. Are they going to spot Pure Venus? In the corner, he whiffed almost onto Rebo, but ZK will kill him. And he's just going to suck it. He just sucked the plant. Whoa, what? Okay, so Venture just stuck the plant and... Sorry, the diffuser won it. So that ruins the economy of OR for a couple of rounds. Sheriff's being used. Stingers as well. Only 1 Vandal from Lear. I am shocked that actually worked. I don't know what OR was doing, but alright. All being used from Mech, from Tech gets 1. Pure Venus also gets 1, including Icy. Tech gets another one. This is such a quick round as well for Moon Racoons. I have a nearly coming from behind with the Stinger. And Icy is watching it with the turret, with himself with a Vandal. As they take a very convincing 7-9 lead. Timeout now from OREsports and Pure Venus. OR is now struggling heaps. Struggling a lot now. Supposedly might be because Fracture is a very defender-sided map. So it is fair enough. But Moon Racoons, they've been looking very good now on defense. Very, very good. I think if they keep this up, they can definitely win this map and force us into a 3rd map. I'm pretty sure it's Icebox. But have to wait and see on that though. And see all the pings as well on the map. Obviously that's OREsports thinking of where to go. Looks like it might be a B push with all the pings. But have to wait and see when this timeout is over. Will it be a B push? Looks like it will be, so they're gonna be... Looks like they're gonna be sandwiching the defense of Icy and Rebo. 4 players on one side and the lonely one, that being Pure Venus. Okay, never mind. Nearly is now going to the side of Pure Venus. Might be a sandwich shit now. They're rushing up onto B. They have realized this and be trying to defend their side with however they can. Firepower that they have. Blind coming out. Flashes themselves actually. Oh, and Jonah whiffs onto Rebo. Icy getting as well onto Pure Venus. Nearly have a game 1. Icy gets 2. Oh, now coming out from a Nilly. Gets another one as well to Tech. However, the Rolling Thunder does concuss actually everyone. And Icy might be getting a 4K now. But we'll be sticking with the 3Ks. Venture kills Nilly. A 7-10 lead. This is looking really, really good now for Moon Racoons. Obviously, that does hurt the economy a bit. This Lear won't have enough to buy a Vandal or Phantom, but a Bulldog, including Nilly. Both of them will be running Bulldogs in this round, which is actually not too bad. It's actually a pretty good alternative if you actually know how to use it well. Molly being used. Rebo already being very aggressive, but it will be the trade. Zeldris getting 1. Icy's all alone. He just makes it out. So he's been smoked off as well. And the KJ ult being used as well on the side of Icy. Spike's now being planted. Tech gets 1 to Pure Venus. Tech also coming in from behind. Gets another one onto Nilly. And he's been forced to back out. Another Rolling Thunder on the side of Moon Racoons. Lyra gets 1 onto Icy. And they know where ZK and Venture is, but I don't think they know actually where Tech is. Actually, they may actually have an idea now as they have to back away. Jonah gets 1 onto Tech. He's on 6 health and now he's down. It's all up to Lear for RO8sports. So he cancels the defuse and now he's rocking from behind. You have to know by this. Lear, don't do this again, Lear. Oh, Venture will actually do it again. And with 2 health remaining, it does kill Venture, but it doesn't even matter. Moon Racoons now 7-11. However, OR does have the rifles, and now I'm guessing that they're pretty fired up now after that. So now there's a pretty good chance that they may win this, just because of how fired up they are. And also will be now a bit of a stagnating push, just waiting what's gonna happen. Venture being aggressive. Oh, it won't be another as he gets killed by Pure Venus. Icy gets 1 onto Jonah, but Zeldris will shut him down. The cracks might be beginning to settle. Oh, Tech wasn't ready. He wasn't watching. Gets killed by Zeldris' ultimate, the showstopper. And now they're playing out for Lear. A 4v2 for the side for OREsports. Rebo and Zeke, all they can do is watch. Covered by smokes. Can't do a lot with that. All they need to do now is just to work together and... Is he gonna check the corner? I don't think he will. He will actually check the corner, but won't be enough. Zeldris kills him. And will be out, and it will be the 4K for Zeldris. OR might be back. Might actually have a good chance of winning now. Yeah, because Moon Racoons, they're currently cracks beginning to sell. Well, I should say show actually. Cracks are now beginning to show, and that's an interesting shorty for Zeldris. I guess he's just gonna be blast packing his way to someone. But I'm not too sure what Moon Racoons have. I think they might have enough to have rifles, depending on the situation. But Moon Racoon's actually still currently in spawn. I'm currently actually waiting. Actually, never mind. It's a tech pulse. That's what that is. It is a tech pulse. It looks like. Man, I don't know what side it's for. Might be for OR maybe, because everyone from Moon Racoons is moving, but OR no. It's like some people moving. I'm not too sure, but it is definitely a tech pulse. But it would be now. But it will be actually rifles for Moon Racoons. So only really just a light shield from ZK, which is the issue, and a spec as well from Rebo. It's not actually full rifles. So yeah, so we're not too sure what the tech pulse is. And looks like everyone is out ready, and everyone is indeed ready now. Now they're rushing. Oh my god, they're already rushed up. Reba against Tech also gained one as well. Reba gets 2, Tech gets 1. That was a bit of a bloodbath. Rushing towards the attackers. That I am surprised it actually worked. Nillian. Well, I don't know how Nilly and Pure Venus, I don't know how they're gonna go.
I have retrieved the spike.
But a spike has now been retrieved by Nilly. Now they go, but Venture's still currently at A, so he could maybe flank from behind, but it's pretty risky at what Pure's doing right now. Oh, yeah, that's very, very risky actually. Looks like Nilly might be actually going to A. Pure gets 1 onto Tech, so it's not too bad. It will be a sandwich move, looks like. Oh, that's not good. Pure Venus is not going to get cooked by barbecue. I don't know how the hell he killed Icy. But now it makes that. But that makes that 3v2. I don't know how, but it'll be now 3v2. Venture uses his ultimate. Ult now being used by Pure Venus. But it won't be enough as he gets killed by Rebo. And Rebo kills him through the smoke. It'll be now 4k for Rebo. And now they're on match point. Now they have a very, very good chance of winning Fracture. That was really their map pick.
Match point.
So we'll see what's and how OR wants to counter this.
Right here. Right here.
Because everyone from OR does have rifles. Obviously, Nilly and Jonah, both of them have light shields. But other than that, I mean, I'm not too. Not too sure. I think OR might actually take some rounds off, but not too sure. It's already all being used by Tech, and that actually forces Nilly to run away. So at least he did create some space, but maybe not really for the good thing, as now they're fully pushing up onto A. Ult also being used by Jonah. Greenbot now being used as well. Smokes all around. And Lear is now planting safely on the site. Soldiers just push up all the way onto the spawn. Currently just waiting in the smoke. Oh, I might actually... He does actually catch ZK off guard, but Icy gained 2 onto both Lear and Zeldris. Molly now being used, but also being used for just 5 more information. Jonah somehow kills Tech through the smoke with a headshot. And Pure also kills Venture through the, via Molly. Rebo pushing up. Won't be enough. Now it's up to Icy. He was on 30 health. Nearly gained 2. Now OREsports is making a comeback.
That goes there.
9-12 is now the scoreline. And Moon Racoons' economy, not the best. Seeing as Sheriff's even a shorty on the side of Moon Racoons. So they're definitely going to be half fine on this round. Hopefully gain some picks. Getting some kills as well. So we'll be now to push over to A. That's what it looks like right now. Tech is already pushing up aggressively. He did use his boom bot. I don't think doesn't actually spot Pure Venus, who's currently holding that angle. His doors will finally close, and Venture needs to be very careful. Oh, he actually spotted 2. Probably even more as well with those gunshots. Boom bot doesn't find anything. But the blind, however, Tech is down. Venge's also down thanks to Lear and Zeldris. Old also being used, I'm pretty sure, from the side the side of Lear from OREsports. Zeldris is now pushed over to Sand, and then the side is now OREsports. Zeldris now being forced to back away, and ZK trying to spam through the smoke, but won't be enough, even with the Stinger. They also need to be careful of Nilly though, because Nilly, he's a drop. He could really change the game. And IC has his ultimate. Don't think he'll be using it in this round. Has the shorty in hand, waiting on the door. I think Rebo has an idea that someone might be in drop. He actually gets stunned, and I suppose get blind as well. Zeldris and Nilly both getting picks. Zeke actually getting one into Zeldris. That's pretty good. And he actually doesn't pick up the Vandal. So, I know, you know what, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Slight dies to the spike explosion. It'll be now 10-12. Still on the side of Moon Raccoons, but the cracks are showing. It's a bit more now a force buy, we'll say, on the side of Moon Raccoons. They're still in a pretty good hands. Especially maybe for next round. But economy is not too great, we'll say. So we'll be an A push. Jonah's now rushing back to the outside. It will be an A push though. Slowly pushing up now. Oh, now being used by Zeldris. Force just creates so much space with his ultimate, and he's not gonna find anything, but at least he's going to gives us some space. And I think someone might be a satellite, but that's not the case. And Spike is now free for OREsports to take. Oh, and Moon Raccoon is now pushed up. Actually, to the door. And KJ is also being used by IC, and Tech is just alive thanks to the KO Molly. However, he's not alive anymore as nearly kills him. Lear kills IC. Venture, however, actually killing Jonah, so it's not the end of the world. Have a Lear kill ZK. A 4v2 situation now. The KJ doesn't get anyone. Have Venture gets another one to Lear. Could be a winnable situation if they could rush. However, now it's off to Rebo. So just as low, he gets 1. Oh, gets 2, but I don't think it will be enough. So he's been forced to run away. He would be keeping his Vandal though, but will not be the clutch for Moon Raccoons. This is so this is the final round before we get into overtime, and understandably we have a timeout for the side of Moon Raccoons. Maybe it's struggling now. It looks like OR has kind of figured it out. All they need to do is kind of just play fast, and it's kind of it is catching Moon Raccoons off guard with that, especially with the Razor Old being used and they have a KO and they don't. It's pretty difficult right now. That's why it's actually better to have a KO with you, just in case if the Raze does ult, you could just immediately shut that down. But obviously with all the pings as well from both sides, looks like they might be going for a B push here on the side of OREsports, and Moon Raccoons are still just deciding what to do.
Right here.
Actually doing multiple pings actually.
Right here.
They can really they really are having to think of what what they're going to do and what side they might be going to. And it will be a standard split push, I guess a default position. we'll say on the Fracture, because there's definitely no mid here. So a very standard default defending position here. Guess also a pretty default attacking as well. Looks like Zeldris and yeah, so we were a bit right on the B on the B pushes. Zeldris and Jonah, both of them will be pushing up the B. Tech and Icy will be ready for that. Both of them are currently up in heaven. Forces them out. But it's actually going to be an A push. How aggressively Venture and Rebo is. Oh, and a beautiful Brimeld and also a combo with the Breach. Doesn't get anyone, but definitely slows him down. Slows down the attack. Spike still on the hands of Leia and still not knowing what to do here. Venture being pretty aggressive right now still. And he's Prowler and does actually get some information, but Zeldris and Jonah, what could they do here? Zeldris being forced to back away and actually goes back to his team. Jonah's not all alone, but Rebo killing Zeldris, that's already a good sign for Moon Raccoons. Nearly also gained Tech. ZK gained Jonah. Now drop to Pure Venus, and it will be Moon Raccoons winning Fracture, and we're going to Icebox for the final map of this series. Alright, we're now going to the final map of this match. Icebox, OREsports versus Moon Raccoons. Pretty standard composition, I mean... Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. You could choose obviously Raze or Jet, but looks like OR will be going in with the Raze and Moon Raccoons will be going in with the Jet with their duelist players. So it's not really the end of the world. I mean, obviously the must picks will be Viper, Sage, Sova, and KJ, but the duelists you can either choose Jet or Raze if you really want to. But either way, with all that in mind, defense will be looks like it will be OREsports will be defending first, and attacking will be Moon Raccoons. Obviously for the final map to see who will verse up against nearest airport. Looks like it will be just a standard push onto B. That was the default almost, but not really. Still just waiting for any information. Viper might actually come back up, having nearly been very aggressive, and Tech does rushes onto yellow. And the wall might be coming out soon, obviously as expected normally. And wall not coming out. And it will be, despite not being planted. Drone or has actually did tag someone, nearly however being aggressive. Oh yeah, it's aggressive as nearly is. However, Rebo and Tech both game picks. Tech has another one. Jonah, however, responding back with 2 of his own picks. And Zeldris as well getting 2 picks as well. Battle against walls, but it's actually a little gap there, so it's actually really not that good of a war. And Jonah, he's all alone. He's a 1v2. He's been, yeah. ZK was just playing him, and Moon Raccoons wins out the first pistol round. Not really surprised there. ZK being having a bulldog, that's bold. And Tech with the Vandal, that's also pretty bold. Okay then. Maybe maybe it'll work just like last time on Fracture, but have to see on that. And yep, OR being aggressive, obviously sitting with the classics. And Zeldris already down. Tech using the Vandal to his advantage. And OR is a bit stuck in a pickle right now. I mean, Nelly's still in B, so if they do rotate, there's a chance. But that's just because that they're just lurking. KJ's just lurking like always, being rats. So it might be now the full push onto A. Ballsy up for the side of OR. Next to Pure Venus. Still waiting. Aldrin being used by Venture. And now the Polo could be pushed up. Rainbow actually drops down. Oh, he gets caught off there as Jonah does kill him with the classic. However, oh yeah, Tech actually gets killed by Pure Venus. So ZK and Venture both getting picks. Venture gets another one. It's all up to Nilly though. Killjoy also with the classic and does spot Venture, but it won't be enough. A 3K for Venture. Close out the second round. Rifles on hands now for OREsports. Alpha Moon Racoons, not really. I mean, Icy's the only one who... Icy and Tech, both of them having Vandals. But... CK's a Bulldog, but Rebo, oh dear, with the Ghost. Man, Trevor having a Spectre, so it's not too bad all around. So Moon Racoons does have a chance of actually winning the bonus, but... I don't know. Jonah does actually get the ult from A. It obviously gets him closer to his ultimate. Does he know that Pure Venus? Well, does Tech know that Pure Venus is currently in yellow? Slowly push up to B. I'm pretty sure Nilly. He actually destroyed one of Nilly's nanoswarms. I'm pretty sure. So that's also a good sign. Nearly just, oh, and jump picks, and he does actually peek them, and Pure Venus waiting, gets one onto Tech. Say goodbye to one of your Vandals. Shock dot also being landed onto Pure Venus, and does actually get healed up. He gets another one to ZK. He wants more. Snake Blast being used. Lyric gets one to IC. Venture peeking. Game one to Pure Venus. Now it is all out to Rebo with the Vandal. Difficult for him to win this. A 4v1 won't be enough. Jonah kills him over a Snowman, and OR is now on the board. So Vandals, so still rifles for both teams. So nothing's really changed. Obviously, other than OR being more rich than Moon Racoons. But it doesn't really matter because they do have the rifles. Jonah once again looking to probably could be going aggressive. In a default, maybe? No, never mind. It will not be a default. Push. It won't, actually, will probably be a default defense, actually. It looks like there. Still waiting for some information. And they do back off. Probably going to be going B, it looks like now, if not mid to B. And will be to B. Racoons playing this very, very slowly. And still, 3 on defense over an A for OREsports. And even Lear is still in mid. It all depends on to Nelly. Now that he's told them, now they're rushing over. Lear's now rushing over to B, slowing them down as much as he could. He actually did slow them. He actually slowed them down pretty well. For everyone from OR to actually push up. Nearly does destroy the wall. Shocked up being used, and Zeldris and Pure Venus both getting picks. That's just a 3v5. They need to rush. Only have 10 seconds remaining to plant the spike. Icy gets one onto Zeldris though. But actually, Icy actually gets distracted, and Yeah, won't be enough for Moon Raccoons. OREsports now 2-all on Icebox. So the economy now for Moon Raccoons not that great. Mainly pistol rounds looks like. Rebo will be going with the Marshall once again. I get it on Fracture. Rifles also early on the other side for OREsports. So this should be an OREsports win. Should be. Keyword. Anything can happen. I was saying Valorant. Tech using his ultimate. Doesn't actually have a clue where most of them are. Zodra is, however, in a very aggressive screen position. Might actually catch Tech off guard, and never mind, he does not, as Tech does kill him, but he does get rezzed by Jonah. I think this might be the call for maybe a potential rotate, but doesn't look like it. Still waiting. Vipul's up for Pure Venus. Still waiting. Hopefully, okay, so they will break the Sage Wall. Still waiting. Something. Aldrone being out. I'm pretty sure actually tagged Pure Venus, so he knows where they are, but is that just going to be battle the KJs then? Nearly taking down the other KJ of Icy.
30 seconds left.
And now will be official push onto A. Tech gets one onto Pure. Oh, it almost gets caught off. Very sure by Zeldris. However, Jonah and Zeldris both getting picks. Now Zeldris gets another one. He's up to ZK, who has the frenzy. Won't be enough. As Lair will shut him down. And OREsports will continue their victory. Will continue their lead, I should say, on Moon Raccoons. Rifle still on hands for OREsports. I'm pretty sure also still in now there's gonna be rifles on the other side for Moon Raccoons. So there's now a pretty good chance that Moon Raccoons might actually win this. Then we see Zeldris trying to make the jump onto on top of the generator, which is obviously doable. You can do it. And the ult being used on the side of Pure Venus just to shut down A and forces the attackers to go B. Rifles obviously being used for Moon Raccoons now that they have enough. A slow push onto B. But once again, you see Icy on A. Just for some lurking. Almost actually gets the alarm bot. Eventually does. Jaren has been forced to back off. I'm pretty sure actually that shotgun might have destroyed one of the Nanosons, but Nanoson was used. Still waiting to plant it. Eldron actually does get Jonah, and now ult I've been used on the side of Venture. Actually picks Jonah, I'm pretty sure. Jonah does escape in time. Rebo is still waiting for the plant. He actually has to spike himself, so he needs to plant very, very soon. Jonah actually has a really good wall as well. Nearly killing Icy. The KJ diff being used. Venture actually getting 2 on both Nearly and Zeldris. Tech is another one to Lear. Pure Venus killing Venture. And then now 3v2. Jonah slowly pushing up with Pure Venus. There he diffuses. Jonah gets 1. Oh, it won't be enough. And Rebo does revive Tech at the very end. Moon Raccoons back on, I guess, a tie now, we'll say. Tie 3-all on Icebox. Rifles once again in hand for both teams. It will be maybe possibly an A, maybe a B push, not too sure. It's like an A push looks like for Rebo, that's where he wants to go. Jonah using the wall very aggressively. shutting down B. Still want to destroy that wall. Actually destroys most of it. Leo with the hour drone actually spots, I think, 2 on mid. Now Venture now uses his drone. Alright, does not tag Jonah, but does actually spot both Jonah, both Jonah and Pure Venus. Now he's been forced to back away. The spike actually from Rebo might be actually a bit cheeky. Might be going A. So 45 seconds, so they kind of need to make a decision very, very soon. It looks like they have. They would be going A. Rebo's already just watching it. Already just watching angle.
30 seconds left.
And now the Viper wall being used from both sides. Just making a little rectangle actually. And Icy being very aggressive onto the zip lines. And it will actually be a Viper ultimate from the side of from Racoons by ZK. And spikes that be planted tech. Currently waiting, kills Nelly. How Zeldris kills Venture. Nick KJ ult as well from the side of Icy. KJ ult has actually been destroyed. Just because I'm pretty sure it's Zeldris. I'm pretty sure might get spotted and he does get spotted. Bit of an issue here if you're in the Viper ultimate. That's just all up to Jonah. Who is currently just gained he's just gained user right now, and Tech does finish him off. And we continue, and now Moon Racoons takes over the lead on Icebox. Rifle still in hands for both teams. And it looks like it will be a very hard push B. And classic default position as well for the defense side. Well, so you have 2 on each side. 2A, 2B, and then 1 in mid. Tech already on aggressive, already on top of the containers. Creating so much space for his team by just being aggressive himself as Jet. Pure Venus on yellow kills him. Like, okay, so Tech kills Pure Venus, who was in yellow, and Venture also gets Nelly, and Rebo just somehow makes it out in time to not get killed by the nanoswarms while planting. But he's still pretty low, so that actually might be a bit of an issue for Moon Racoons. Tech is spotted. Tech is now down. Nilly, by Nilly. Venture killing one onto Jonah. Have a Zeldris responds, killing Venture, and Nilly also kills Rebo. KJ ult being used on the side of Nilly. ZK getting one to Zeldris. Zeldris actually getting 3. Oh, and ZK is currently detained. It doesn't even matter now. ZK all he has to do is just watch as he got detained by the KG ult. And it's now 4-all now for both the teams. Very close game actually. This whole game has been very, very close. And back and forth, back and forth. I'm pretty excited to actually see who wins this. It looks like it might probably be an A push. Possibly. They could be actually doing what they did a couple rounds ago, but Rebo was in A. Mine will be a very quick rotation back to A. So at least get some information. Actually, I'm actually surprised Jonah does not get spotted by that. By the recon bolt. Still just slowly pushing up onto A. Aldra now being used by Venture. And Jonah's currently the only one, but Zeldris is right there as well. He's currently waiting. Spots Zeldris' hand. which was tech, and he's automatically down by just being too aggressive. Zodra's also getting Rainbow. ZK getting Lear from flank.
Enemy remaining.
Now it's just all out to Icy with the Bulldog. Well, actually does spot Zeldris with the Blast Spec, so I'm pretty sure I actually
30 seconds left.
backed him up, so it worked. But Icy is in a bit of a pickle right now. Let's pick up the Vandal, but gets one to Zeldris, so that's not too bad, but he needs to kill 3 others, and that might be a bit of a difficulty for Icy. Yeah, Pure Venus shining him down at the top of A. And now OR takes over the lead. A timeout now for Moon Racoons. It's difficult to really... It's difficult because it's... Both of these teams look very, very even. And one of... Like, either one of these teams can win. They look super even. So it's difficult to kind of outplay it because of just how similar they are, how much obviously similar playstyle they also have and everything. So I can understand how difficult this match is, obviously for OR and Moon Racoons. But OR and Moon Racoons actually, both of them do have 3 ults to work with. Both of them had the server ults, both of them had the Sage ults, and both of them had the duelist ults as well. Ping's also obviously being used for the side of Moon Racoons, and looks like it might be a bit of a split. It looks like I saw 1 at B, 2 at A. So maybe, just maybe, might be a split push, but I'm not too sure. However, it will be a bit of a half buy, a save round we'll say, for Moon Racoons, Sheriffs in the Classics.
Get out of my way.
Ult actually being used for instead of Moon Racoons needs to tech. Viper Wall being used as well, and looks like it will be a B push. Howl Drone being used. Does spots Pure Venus. Now Rebo does have the ultimate. Oh, he just makes that in time. I mean, it is pretty low, so he does need to back out. It looks like it might be actually a rotation out to possibly to A, but Lear actually doesn't spot it. Well, now he does with the Vandal. Soldiers also has an idea as well, and Texu has the knives. And Lear now uses his ultimate just to clear outside. Well, actually tags 1. Doesn't actually finish off Rebo. But they are delaying this spike plans very well. Very, very well done.
30
For
seconds.
the side of OREsports. And still again, but the grenades kills Rebo and Lear kills Tech. Soldier gets another one.
Player.
Now gets another one, which is Pure Venus. And Venture all alone now with the classic. He has been spotted. He's been shooting through the wall. And Pure Venus kills him. A 6-4 lead now for OREsports. Not looking too good now for Moon Racoons. Rifles though for them, so it won't be too bad now. But still looks like they are struggling a bit. So Viper Roll now for Pure Venus, and it will be a Viper Roll just to shut down A once again. Viper Roll is actually insane on A side. Could possibly maybe rotate to B. ZK and I see both of them are currently lurking, and there will be now the rotation to mid. It looks like it will be to mid. This is something new for Moon Racoons. And actually, Tech, I'm pretty sure they actually did spot later, and Recon Bolt exposing Tech from the Drone. And now Venture is now looking for anyone and doesn't actually find anyone. So he has no idea if B is actually literally clear or not. Balls are being used up just to deny spike plant.
30 seconds left.
And now Swamp's going just to slow it down even more. Slow orbs as well.
Here.
And the very unorthodox wall there actually elevates Venture. Kills Jonah, but that's nearly Icy also kills someone as well. KJ ult being used on the side of Icy. Just forces the OR players to back out. No one gets detained. The Tech has a pretty good angle up in yellow. Actually caught Pure Venus off guard. Caught nearly off guard as well. Now she's up to Zedrus. Zedrus in a 4v1 situation. It'll be difficult for him to win it. And yeah, ZK killing him at the very end. And it'll be Moonraker trying to make a comeback. At least making it a tie for this half. A timeout now for OREsports. Best thing that Moon Racoons can do is obviously win it and making the tie for the first half, which kind of just shows just how even both of these teams are. But obviously, if you're OREsports, you need to win this one, and then which means you are closer of victory. That's basically it. So we're gonna see if there's any pings along anywhere on the map. As of right now, it doesn't look like it, but from where Nilly is at, probably gonna be pushing A. They don't have the Viper ult. OR does have the Sage Res. However, Moon Racoons actually has Venture's ultimate, obviously Service Hunter's Fury, which could play an issue for OREsports. It could change how they play it, and it could also determine who wins and loses. But they now decided what to do, obviously after the timeout. It will be the standard push, like standard 3 pushes A, and like yeah. Well, I mean that's literally Moon Racoons. They haven't really changed anything. This is new right here. Jonah push again the wall up, and Venture actually getting. Oh, using that was crazy. Okay, so they have used the wall onto A, 4 of them, all pushing up onto pipes. I should say, or I should say, well, whatever. Push up onto A side very aggressively, but instantly gets killed and nearly getting shooted at the legs. And it'll be now a 6-all first half. That was a very, that was an interesting thing, or I should say, strat there for OREsports. I guess they really want to end this up with a bang like that. The very, very aggressive push. On A side. But now it is Moon Racoons on the defense and OREsports on the attack. So see how this goes. Obviously pistol rounds. OREsports have not won a single pistol round at all in this game. In this whole match, actually no, they have on Pearl, but that is the only one that they have won. Obviously that was in the second half, so it could play actually same thing. It could play Devil's Advocate here. Slow push now onto B. There's 2 players currently in yellow. Our drum being used as well to get some info. Actually does get Venture.
Grenade being used. However, Tech, oh, he gets one. Jonah actually getting two. Nearly getting one. Venture killing Zildjian with the shock dart. It'll be now a 3v2. An advantage for OREsports. ZK being very, very sneaky, going at the side of the wall. Robo's not down, and now it's up to ZK. He has the ghost. He knows that someone probably will be in yellow. Spots Lear. Just. Also spots another gunshot as well if that was from Jonah. Oh, the Nana Swarm and the shock dart. Slows his push onto yellow. Try to take advantage of it. He knows that everyone is all over the place. They're just trolling him right now for instead of OREsports, and gets one onto Nilly, but won't be enough. OREsports takes the first pistol round of the second half, and now they have a pretty good advantage now. Spectre's in a bulldog from Leo, which is pretty bold. Robo with his Marshall once again. Tech with the Sheriff. ZK with the Frenzy. Actually, Icy also have a Sheriff. It looks like. Oh, no, never mind. It'd be interesting to see what OR does. We'll be now to push onto a 3, then we'll push up to A. Lear with his recon ball being instantly destroyed. Tech playing a very aggressive defense on B. Icy is currently just waiting with a shorty. So this actually may hinder Zeldris. Is he gonna spot him? Does spot him, but it's instantly down. Still, nothing's really changed. It's still a 4v4. And the wall being used, and Jonah will be planting very safely. Robo does have the Marshall. And well, Tech will be probably gonna be flanking from behind, but the Owl Drone is gonna be trying to watch that. Actually, I think I might have spotted Tech as Jonah kills Rebo and Pure killing Tech. And Bench actually getting one to Jonah, so that's actually pretty good. However, everyone now we're going to the lineups now. Lair and Pure doing the lineups, nearly getting Venture. ZK can't do much now. It's probably best for him to play die to the spike, and I think he will be doing that. OREsports takes the lead still, 8-6 on Icebox. At least that Moon Racoons will have enough to buy rifles. Zeldris also have enough to buy rifles, or just a singular rifle and a Vandal. Oh, never mind. So they're just gonna be saving. Half buy looks like. Lear with the Bulldog. That's kind of the best gun right now. Looks like. 2 Stingers and 2 Spectres. Our rifles obviously for Moon Racoons. Venture already getting the ult orb just to build up his ultimate on the side of A. Now drone being used for Lear. Just get some information, but will get destroyed though. ZK is in a very unorthodox position right now. ZK gets one, Venture gets one. ZK now gets another one. Oh, and Lear kills him with the Bulldog. He was actually reloading right in front of him. Shock on that being used. Lear, won't actually kill Rebo, and Tech kills the runaway of Zeldris. It'll be now 8-7. And Racoons closes the gap onto OREsports. Rifles now for both teams.
Here. Time out. Placing swarm grenade.
So might be a B push. Looks like it will be a B push with the Viper Wall from Pure. Gonna recon that as well. Tech will be waiting for that. Well, actually spots Rebo and Tech, so
that was actually a good recon bolt from Lear. And Rebo's already down. Ult now being used from the side of Venture. Gets one onto Zeldris. Tech apparently got spotted. What a headshot by Pure Venus just to shut that down on yellow. Nicey playing aggressively. Spots one. Jonah now reses Zeldris from the dead. That'll make that 5v3 for the advantage of OREsports. Marks Zeldris with the owl drone. Still a very slow push onto B. They're not too confident on where everyone is. The Viper is still up as well. Actually, Lena Nemine's down. My apologies, I'm stupid. 2 players still in yellow. Venture being aggressive, including IC, and it's now all up to the lone Viper of ZK. And will be now the spike now planting. And I'm pretty sure ZK will be saving this round with the Phantom. At least OR, they actually have a pretty good chance of actually winning in the next round thanks to the ultimate from Nilly. But it will be the save round for Moon Racoons and ZK just to keep a Phantom. I think the economy for Moon Racoons might actually be pretty bad as well. So obviously not great, but at least they do have a rifle in hand, and everyone from OREsports will also escape from the spike explosion, and they get to keep all their guns.
No charges left.
I'm interested to see their economy. Okay, so they do actually have enough to buy rifles. My apologies. I see with the Guardian, which is pretty interesting to me. Not too sure if we've actually seen a Guardian in this game. Pretty sure we probably have on the first map on Pearl. Still very interesting. And now it will be, looks like an A push from the side of OREsports. Tech is currently just waiting top of the generator, been forced to back away as he's got spotted, and nearly will be using his KJ ultimate just to clear out A site. Such a powerful ultimate, and everyone will be running away. Yep, no one will be detained, and Jonah has been forced to back away, and the shock dart as well from Venture causes Jonah to back away and gets killed instantly by Tech. Zeldris. Everyone from OR is kind of in a weird position right now. Venture with the owl drone spots 2 of the players. I don't know how Tech just dies so nearly, but apparently it did. Lyra kills one to Icy. And it's all up to one person of Rabo. And it will be Lyra peeking. And that shot into him, and it will be now 10-7 for OREsports. And that will be the timeout from the side of Moon Racoons, and they've been struggling to even find some good value on the defense side. I mean, the last round was pretty good for Moon Racoons, showing off the spike planter of Jonah, but the KJ ultimate and everyone just basically just whiffing most of it. Well, not really whiffing, but like not really being aware of where everyone was, kind of hindered Moon Racoons. But mainly the KJ ultimate, because that obviously gave OR a free sight. I'm interested to see what Moon Raccoon does in this round, in the next, and but Lily also the next round. See how they can come back from being down 7-10. I'm pretty sure it will be the save round for Moon Raccoon, so it won't really matter. Sheriff's Frenzies, classics,
Here. Placing
the
sentry.
normal stuff.
Placing swarm grenade.
And looks like might be an A push from the side of OREsports. If not, might be a mid push to A probably. Both literally do want to play safe, and you're from Tech. So just trying to find a pick book. Doesn't really find anything. Might be an A push now. Yeah, so now everyone's now fully rotating to A. Venture, however, actually underneath the tube. Oh, spots one, but actually doesn't get a shot. I'm pretty sure he did hit someone, but got healed instantly though by Jonah. Backing up now is okay. So now they're gonna be rotating back to B. Zildjian and Lee are currently at A, and Zildjian a beautiful headshot onto Rainbow. And Tech still has the knives, so could actually give OREsports a bit of a headache unless they shut it down early. And they will shut down early as Zildjian kills Tech. Icy actually somehow killing Zildjian with the frenzy. And gets another one onto Lear, however, nearly on the zipline killing Icy. And Jonah with a safe spike plant. And a shock dive just missing him as well as he escapes. And Venture wasn't aware where Pure was and kills him instantly. And now it's up to ZK with the frenzy. Doesn't know where two of the players are. Pretty sure knows where Pure is. And no, he doesn't actually, as Pure kills both ZK. Both lost players, and finishes off that round. 11-7 now. What are they gonna do to combat this? Tech does have an operator, so that could maybe work. Maybe. That's the key word. If he gets fully two picks, then I think it will be winnable for Moon Racoons. But Zo just has his ultimate, and there is no KO. So it will be difficult to shut that down, or to make sure he doesn't give any value to the team. Still just waiting, still jump peeking, and it's like it will Polo could be going B, and it will be the case as our drone now being used from Lear. Poison Orb as well being out. From the side of ZK on Moon Racoons. So very patiently waiting.
Caution here.
Very patient plays, very slow plays actually. From OR. All camped in one corner. One specific spot on B. In B main. Now Zildjian uses his ultimate. This is when stuff gets pretty exciting now. Doesn't know where anyone is. Holding it, and no value will be given other than just making people run away and giving it space. And the ult also being out from Pure Venus. A KJ ult being used. Sova ult being used. Lear using it right now. Doesn't get actually any value. He actually does destroy the lockdown though. Rainbow does kill Zildjian though. And Tech has the operator still once again. However, Venture coming from behind, getting 2 picks. He's not even going to. It doesn't matter because the spike has got the fuse out of Pure actually getting 2 picks. ZK and Venture, but won't really matter because the spike was defused, and that was a good job by Venture, coming from behind, being a little cheeky rat. Killing OREsports when they were least expecting it. No one was even watching behind, so pretty smart by Venture. This is so it will be now the ult from ZK onto A, so shut down A side and force them to go to B. Unless they want to approach this differently. Unless they do want to go A. and it will be quarter rotation now. Zeldris now uses Boombot just to get some information, but will not be the case. See, slow walk to the other side of B. Currently, only Rainbow is currently watching. Very slow push Aldrone being used from Lear. And the Vibe Wall as well being used by Pure Venus. Still waiting. Still just being extremely patient. Oh, and the Vibe Wall it is currently in use. And the wall as well. The wall has been broken. Being forced to try to find another position, but he's been caught in a crossfire. Jonah has been forced just to stop the plant. And Rainbow actually killing Jonah at the very end. Tech gets another one to Nilly. Nilly have 10 seconds remaining to even plant the spike. And Pure trying to be aggressive, won't be enough. Rainbow gets 3. ZK killing the last one of Zeldris. And now Moon Racoons now making a comeback. OREsports needs to figure out something of how they can shut this down. Because now they're cracking under pressure and there will be a timeout from OREsports. Yeah, so it looks like they are being cracked under pressure right now. I don't know if it's because of the AWP or something else. I'm not too sure, but it's just struggling. It looks like they're struggling a lot now on the attack. I mean, Icebox used to be pretty heavily defended, and now it's a bit easier now for attackers. You can obviously still win while obviously you're attacking, but obviously you need to make good plays and have some great plays as well. So, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's been any pings as well from the side. Okay, now my Moon Racoons pinging there. I know RE-Sports are pinging B. Moon Racoons are pinging A. So they think they might be going A. OR might actually are going B. I think that will give them a lot of information with that Viper Wall being used. Still just waiting. One-way smoke as well from... Oh, and... Actually, Rebo actually got spotted by that recon bolt. And now Lear might be using Aldrin. He does. Slowly pushing up onto B. So they will be slowly pushing up to B. And the balls now are being used. Now being up. And no idea. They actually have no idea where anyone is, and Snakebite being used. Slow down the plant. Still nothing right now. Not really. They are not pushing up. And Jonah and Pure, they're actually stuck in yellow right now.
30 seconds
Still
left.
waiting. Viper once again up. And now it's their time to push. Zeldris now pushing, now just holding down W. However, a very weird wall from Icy, no, not Ice, from Rainbow. Oh, and the Rainbow almost whiffing. Now up to Nilly. And will be enough against an operator. Rainbow will be defusing, never mind. Someone will be defusing, but either way, Moon Racoons will take that round. We're now 11-10. So OR is they're in a bit of a pickle right now. Their economy is kind of busted. They have 3 Stingers and 2 Vandals, which I don't think... Stingers have been making a bit of a comeback right now, surprisingly. A lot of players have been using them now, so... When the op... Rainbow, once again, being aggressive. Already killing Nilly. And Venture also tagged Zeldris. Still has the Stinger. You passive play right here. Venture now drops down from pipes. So he got spotted. Green ball also being destroyed. Still nothing really, but they are slowly creeping their way up. That's big. They got the operator. And Lear and Pure, both of them getting picks. This is really, really good now for the side of OREsports. And they've also res Nilly as well. This could be a huge advantage now. And Neil coming out from Nilly. As they basically will be pushing onto side for free. However, Icy needs to say something else about it. And Venture as well. Both of them getting picks. Nearly actually kills Icy. However. And now ult now being used on the side from Venture. That's actually tagged anyone, which is really big. Not good for Moon Racoons. They've all backed away. Nilly also has a Vandal. Still, Jonah still with the Stinger. They slowly push up. Venture and ZK. Both of them having some good guns. But it won't be enough. As now, OREsports is on match point. OR only needs one more win to advance and to possibly make it to the LC to challenges in North America. They need only one more win to really be in the conversation. Tech still has the operator. Rifles all the way for OREsports and Moon Racoons obviously other than the op. Looks like it might be a pretty aggressive A push. Venture, however, on pipes. This actually might be interesting. Oh, and he's been forced out because of how much damage he just got dealt. Pretty sure you got a headshot through the wall. I think, and is Nilly actually going to spot him? No, he actually walks by. So he doesn't even check this. Oh, Pure waiting and lurking right now. Nearly already up onto the side. Don't even want to try going to server. He's waiting. Nearly, he's in the cubby of Snowman. And Rabo's being forced to back away as his ward just dropped. What timing? However, be careful of Nilly. Oh, almost a whiff, but it doesn't matter. Kills Rebo. Have a tech. Has something to say about that and kills Nilly back. Zeldris kills Icy through the Viper wall. And Spike is now being planted. Jonas 6 does heal himself. However, Venture is actually half, and he won't get healed at all in this game now. They need to win this. They're only down by 1 player. Tech taps the spike, and Tech doing his job as much as he can. Now it's up to Tech. Gets 1, gets 2 now. It's all up to Tech still. He's now 1v2. He's trying to defuse. Gets half, but it won't be enough for teammates to round off the game. OREsports will advance to verse nearest airport in the next round.